All right, welcome back. Glad you're still with us. And just in case you're tuning in right now, this is New Day on Feel Good Friday. And of course, our focus is on one of the topics that people consider a taboo. And you don't even think about it, let alone talking about it. But like I always say, we are here as New Day on Lifestyle Thursday and Feel Good Friday. We talk about topics that people would rather not even mention, okay? Not even think about. And of course, one of them is masturbation. And like I said, when we started the show, for the better part of, let's say the month, really, and even the month before, and even the month before, we have been receiving so many questions as far as masturbation is concerned. And of course, that made us realize, you know what, this is more than just a term that people would rather not talk about it. People are actually suffering from the same. And most people are like, what do we do to stop this, okay? So that is what we'll be delving in today. If you have any question surrounding the same, if you are struggling with the same, then we are here to listen to you. And of course, our counselor will give you guidance really as far as this whole aspect of masturbation is concerned, the impact that it has on, let's say, a person's health. And when we talk about health, we're just talking about the general well-being, okay? From emotional to psychological to even physical health. What impact does it have on your health? And of course, how do you even get to that point where you say, I need to stop this, okay? And what are some of the interventions that need to be done to ensure that you get help? So be sure to tune in till the end of the show. It's going to be an amazing, amazing discussion. If you have any question, feel free to engage with us. 0791-478-990 is the number to call through. And please, when you call, just a reminder to turn down the volume of your TV or just mute it all together so that we can communicate very well. So ask your question away. If you have a comment, if you have a story to share as well, would love to hear from you. And especially if you have overcome it, okay? How were you able to do it? Well, feel free again to share with us so that we can help so many people out there. So calling us is one option. We'd love to hear your voice. We also love to hear your opinion and comment really on the same. But also, you can use our SMS line 40920. And yes, we'll also get your question. And to make it even better, use our WhatsApp number 0777672230 is the number that you can use to send in your question, a comment, your story as well, because we find it so convenient for so many people to use the WhatsApp number. So 0777672230 is the WhatsApp number that you can use to engage with us and ask your question away or share your story with us. We are here looking forward to hear from you. And of course, our guest for the day, she is already here, looking pretty as always, Catherine Mwati, who is a counseling psychologist. It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
It feels like a long time.
No, it was only last week.
I know, but it feels like a long time. How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
You're well.
Yeah,
Thank
thanking
you.
God that I'm here.
Yeah.
And also glad that we are alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, just waking up, first of all, is a miracle.
Yeah.
It's the first miracle of the day.
It is
and we're glad that you're here, Catherine, as well. So before we get on with the discussion, I know this is like a very heavy, okay, not heavy per se, but people find it so awkward and so weird and uncomfortable to even think about it, let alone even talk about it. But it's something that is affecting so many people. I mean, I was reading and they're saying there's a research where 95% of males and 89% of females actually admitted to have masturbated or are masturbating. You know, so that's a very big number. You know, for so many people. So why don't we just go back to the basics, masturbation? Just in case someone is tuning in today for the very first time, has never heard about that term and thinking, oh, okay.
What is it?
What is that? Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Winnie. And I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
It's true, as you started and even preparing the viewers, it's one of the topics people would say,
no,
let's not talk about it.
And I know so many people will be like switching off the TV or turning the volume down right now, but
yeah. However,
yeah,
it's already a problem in our society. We cannot deny.
Yeah.
And okay, the percentages are relative to the figure, which was researched on, but it's one thing which is coming out, even as grants, some of the grants come for sessions. So it's an issue we cannot really shelve and say or hide our hands in the side and say we don't know about it. No, it's there. And I think the best thing to do is to address issues so that we can help our viewers and our clientele to know exactly what could have happened and maybe what do I need to do different so that I can also come out of the struggle I am in. Okay, when we talk of masturbation, is that self-stimulation of one's genitals. motivation being one wants to get a sexual arousal and probably go to orgasm. That's why that's what drives this behavior. And people do it for different reasons. Different reasons. There are those who are curious. They have heard this being mentioned by their peers.
Over again.
And what is this thing about masturbation? You know? So as they listen to their peers, they want to go and try. They want to, they want to go try or adventure. And maybe it's good to mention that in human development, there is this stage where, among the psychosexual stages of human development, by a psychologist, the old guru, Sigmund Freud, who talks about these stages of development where if somebody stagnates, the second stage of his, the way he has broken them down, there is anal stage, which is the second, and that the phallic stage. And with anal, there is a lot of concentration around the genitals. And if, you know, in our culture, when you get a child, this is after 1 year, and most of the children are being trained to use the potty or how to relieve their bladder, you know. And they get a bit of interest there.
They're curious.
So, they're curious, And you see, more often than not, what the parents will do is like, you know, unatoangwa tu mikono, unafanya nini. So it's like, what is it? You know, what is it? So they somehow, that's care. But this is a time, they're also coming out and realizing there is a difference between me and maybe my brother or my sister. So how come when my sister goes to relieve the brother, they sit, me I start. And the same question is running through the mind of the boys, the girl as well. My brother starts, me I sit. So there is that bit of them which would want to really know.
And some even ask the question.
Exactly.
And then we're like, no, you don't, you don't want to answer them.
And I imagine you're not able to talk to them openly. Okay, at their age, they might not be able to understand a lot. However, we can have a language for every level because they are able to connect with something at their age which can help them understand. Then, in this stage, if it continues and they are not allowed to, mostly they will not even be allowed to tamper with their private parts, this child might stay with that curiosity, which now as they develop and as they grow, they might start now wanting to adventure.
And you see the way they say, for us sometimes as adults or parents, caregivers and all those things, we do not answer the questions according to the questions asked. You know, we try to somewhat, go round and round and round or just cover it. So then you're not answering the why. You know, so the child then grows curious and wants to understand why, you know, or you're told, don't do it. You don't explain why shouldn't you do it. So then they're like, I want to know why you told me not to do it.
Let me tell you, Winnie, that is very true. The generations which are growing up are not like our generations where we are told to stop, not doing that, not doing whatever you're asking, and no explanation.
Yeah, and that's it, end of story.
You tell them stop, and the next question is why. So if you don't answer the why, definitely they have to get a way around it. To answer their why, whether it will be the correct thing or the wrong thing. Okay. The other thing is might be the peer pressure. The peer pressure about this, the young people as they are growing up, and they hear their peers talking about it. So it's like, what is this masturbation? I would want to try it out.
And what's so weird is that now, you see, like when we were growing up, if you were not a virgin, I mean, some of those topics say that is a problem. But right now, if you talk about the fact that you are a virgin, everybody looks at you like, and this is like, what, 9, 10, 15-year-old?
You are the odd person
out. Exactly, you're the odd one out. So that aspect of masturbation, and then you say you've never tried it and somebody looks at you like,
are you sure?
Exactly.
What's wrong with you? It's like you look like you are the odd person out. And maybe, okay, we'll be looking at that. I imagine as we look how we can help maybe restore our value systems and some of the things we need to be doing right as caregivers, as early as possible.
As possible. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Can we take a break? And then when we come back, we'll also want to understand a lot about why. Because there's some people who say, but we're all human beings, right? We have this more or less the same desires, you know, and all those things. Then why is it that there's some people who will do it and others have never done it, will never do it?
Yeah.
So is it like these are the ones who have a problem and these are the ones that are okay, or what usually happens? So there's that whole aspect of why people do it, but I like the fact that we have different reasons as to why people do it. So again, if you have a question, feel free to engage with us. All the platforms, all the numbers, all the avenues that you can use are right down on your screen. Keep asking your questions, and of course we'll be trying as much as possible to answer all your questions as far as masturbation is concerned. But for now, let's take that short break. We'll be right back with more. Stay with us. Right, welcome back. And yeah, upbeat music, you know, is what we're having today on Feel Good Friday. So I hope you're dancing to the tune back at home, but most importantly, thinking about what we are discussing today. And this is as far as masturbation is concerned. And we said a lot of people are struggling with the same. Some actually suffer in silence. And some of those things have actually contributed to a lot of, you know, chaos, conflict, you know, in marriage because, well, I do not want to talk about this, you know, lest people judge me or stigmatize me because of the same. But like I said, we've been having a lot of questions surrounding the same. So why not? Why not talk about it? Because clearly people need help. So that is why we're here today. And of course, our counselor is Catherine Mwati, a counseling psychologist, helping us understand all the dynamics surrounding masturbation. Why is it that there's some people just do it like a one-time thing and then stop, and others actually fall into addiction? And if you are at that phase where you are addicted to it, then is there still chance that you can actually come out of it? You can stop and just live, you know, a fulfilled life. So those are some of the questions that we are answering today on New Day. So if you have any questions, all the numbers are down on your screen. Give us a call on 0791 478 990. Please mute your TV and tell us where you're watching the show from. Or alternatively, use our SMS line 40920, or better yet, use our WhatsApp number 0777 672230, and let's have a conversation, okay? No stigma, no judgment, no nothing. Let's just have a conversation and help as many people as we can. So before we went for break, of course, we were talking about the why. Why is it that people do it? And why is it that there's some people who've never done it and they don't do it? And does it mean that one is not normal and the other part, you know, is normal? So Catherine, of course, we were still continuing with the why, but there is comments still, I think, on the why here. And this person says, hashtag New Day, women give us a hard time when it comes to intercourse. Sikupenda kwetu. One of the whys. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, okay. Thank you for, and even for the one who has, let me respond to that first.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what he means by saying that women
Give us a hard time. I don't know if they do not want to cooperate.
Yeah. However,
happens,
my question
yes,
to this person is this a wife or
exactly,
is it, yeah, because it's
can't
all
just
different.
be any other
exactly. So who are you looking for to have a sex or a sex relationship with? So it's all dependent. Yeah. With this person. Coming to your question, why?
Yeah.
People will argue and argue for many reasons. There are those who say, you know what? In masturbation, I feel safer that I cannot get pregnant.
Yes.
Or I cannot even contract a sexually transmitted infection.
Yeah.
And for them, that is the reason. And they feel, I don't want to.
Yeah.
However, what you keep somebody doing it or even trying to go that direction, let me tell you, Winnie, our greatest organ for sex is the mind. It's not even the biological makeup of each and every one of us. It's the mind. And what kind of thoughts do I entertain? Or do I, when I sit alone, what comes to my mind? Is it about, you know, that the sexual need, the sexual drive, you know? That will inform what I would want to do. And maybe now, as you rightly put it, nobody wants to be known that they have.
That is what they do.
That's what they are doing.
That is a problem for them, yeah.
No, so nobody wants to be known that they are engaging sexually or, you know, contracting for illicit sex when it's not yet time. Because the sexual intimacy is a God-given gift. But for the right time. The right time. And why am I saying for the right time? Is ordained for you to come when people are already united together as man and wife. Not at all these other ages where people want to try it.
I think that was thrown out of the window, and it's just, and especially right now when you hear like teenagers talk about it, even the pre-teens, you hear them talk about this and you're like,
where are we?
Exactly.
I think that, okay, that's a concern for us, and we have seen what has been happening lately.
Yes.
And I think this is a clear call for us as parents and other stakeholders to see maybe where did we let go, and what do we need to do for, at this time, because we need interventions here and now, here and now. Because if we don't, something else will still happen. And we might be wondering, why are they being owed? People want to have sex for different reasons. Or people masturbate for different reasons. There are those also who will do it as a result of watching pornography. And the more they watch it, the more the sexual arousal is there. So how do I meet this need? Maybe I'm looking at myself, I'm in school, I don't want to, to get pregnant, I don't want to, and they go to that direction. However, allow me to say this. This is also guided by our upbringing, the value system, the value system. How do I look at me with my sexuality?
All right.
In most of the families where we have grown, this is an area where these issues are not discussed.
You think about it, it's like you see
your
parents. Yes.
It's a crime.
At you like
it's a crime and you don't want to.
No.
And yet, you hear your peers talk about it in school. At times you have questions and you really want somebody to answer these questions for you. But, even the minute you try to bring it around, the look, the non-verbals are like, that's a no-go zone. There. So they shrink back. But shrinking back doesn't mean that they're not going to satisfy their curiosity or even to adventure to know. So what I would say, especially in this, at the family front, let's allow ourselves to address ourselves, especially my fellow parents, address ourselves first. What are we not comfortable with discussing sexuality? Because, when it comes to helping your children, my children, you are the best person who will do it for the best, for the interest of these people. Others might be doing it with an ulterior motive, but for you and I, especially if they are our children, we are doing it for the best.
And there's some people, people say this all the time, that you cannot give what you have, what you don't have, right? So many parents will be like, but as we never had this discussion with our parents, so really, I do not want to start having these conversations. There's some teenagers who will tell you, it's so weird, it's awkward. How do I sit down with my mom and start talking about sexuality? Like you said, it's so weird. I would rather not talk about this and all those things. I think we hide behind culture, behind we're Africans, we're Christians, we are this, we are that. That, again, we do not talk about some of those things. And like you said, they'll satisfy their curiosity in whatever form, whether it's searching the internet and mostly they get the wrong information, or talking to their peers, get the wrong information. So the parent is the first person who should be giving the correct information. So here's the thing. Some people would say, I would rather masturbate than sleep with different people, Like, this is like a lesser evil as compared to this other one. And especially the ones because of those time we had a conversation with university students, and they said, there's and you see at that time where the body is developing really, so there's a lot going on, they don't know what to do and all those things, so they're like, instead of sleeping with like different boys, I would rather masturbate, so it's like, this is a lesser evil as compared to this other one. Plus this other one, nobody might know. This other one, they might go and the information might actually get to the rest of the school. So they're like, this is like safer.
Okay, Winnie, allow me to say this. Okay, well, somebody might be looking at it as masturbation is a better option
as compared to
being sexually active. However, it is equally an evil, like the having sex itself. Because what you are doing, you are getting used to a habit. And this habit, at times you come when you don't want to get rid of it, but you can't.
Yeah.
And incidentally, what has happened? You know, when we talk of addictions, people think addiction is only the chemical addiction. When somebody is using alcohol, other drugs, no. There's an area of addiction which we, anything else outside chemical addiction, we call it process addiction. Process can be now the masturbation bit of it, the sex addiction, gambling, food, name it. People who are obsessed. And you realize, you might think, okay, I just wanted to feel, maybe to know what it feels. But over time, because this is about the pleasure, the PL, not PL.
Yes.
my pleasure. Yes, yeah. I'm from the slope, so it might not come out. Yeah, it's about the pleasure you're getting when you you stimulate your genitalia. And what is the driving force? Because there's something you are looking for. You are looking for either that orgasm which will give you a feeling of satisfaction, relaxation, you know, and whatever the motivation is. So you might realize, you might think, I'm only doing it now. But over time, because the mind is getting that satisfaction, what this you do, it is like it's rewarding the body.
Yeah, it's like an easier way.
It's rewarding the
out
body.
Of stress and all those things. Okay.
And as you reward the body, what happens? The human body, something which will make me feel good,
it as,
exactly, it registers, and there will be that urge to look for it again. So what you tend to happen, as much as we want to look at it as a lesser evil, I will be there again. And now with that justification of nobody will know, nobody
do it at the comfort of my house. Nobody will find out.
However, the question I would want to ask the person who is doing it here is, what makes you feel that you do not want people to know? Because you know you are doing something which is not right. There is guilt, there is shame behind the whole thing. So I believe the prudent thing is to look at me. If I'm already hooked in it, first and foremost, let me sit myself down. How did it start? Or what led me to this act of masturbation? So when you are able to identify, you might realize I can channel this energy elsewhere.
Yes, and hopefully for the positive.
Exactly, a positive thing which can help me come out of this behavior now, which I'm already attached to and I'm not able to separate from.
And thinking it's safe. Okay, all right.
The other thing which might tend to happen, when somebody realizes they're already hooked in it, I imagine the issue will be like, now who do I share with? And I will, how will somebody look at me? I will be judged, and you keep on sliding back because you are struggling to stop, and you don't know how to go out of it,
or who to
share with, or to confide in, because of the fear of being judged and being stigmatized.
By the same.
I would want to encourage those who are struggling, look for a professional. A professional counselor who will walk with you through the journey. And especially somebody who has specialty in dealing with addiction, because with addiction, the mind gets already hooked and set. So how do we help you start working towards letting this behavior die? Start dying.
Because you can't just wake up in the morning and decide, listen, I'm done. Especially if it's an addiction.
If it's an addiction. Because reason being, if you're not able to address it, it might hinder now a healthy relationship. Because if maybe what drives you is the sight of seeing pornography, what will happen when you see a woman pass, if it's a man, and you imagine of them naked, your system will start getting worked up. Isn't it? So how will you handle yourself? So you might realize this is an area you might not be able to really connect with people, with spouse, or even have healthy relationships because you are struggling and hiding. But there is help.
There's hope.
There is hope, and somebody can be helped to address the situation.
Some people were saying that, I mean, they're married, they're in marriages, but still that is what they do.
Yeah.
Where you'd find that the woman says, I do not get that satisfaction from my husband, and the husband, you know, says the same. So what do they resort to? Because now they're married and they cannot share this with anyone else, lest people judge them. They opt to go into the masturbation route. Why? Because, like we said, it's like the lesser evil. It's like secret, so nobody knows. Maybe it's just the two of us who know, or maybe the other partner doesn't even know. Because there's some people who say, nay, hide. You know, my partner does not know. I go into hiding and do what I have to do and then come back, you know, and still be with this person. So for that aspect, then you ask yourself, what could be the problem? Because they are in a relationship. They are married, but still there's not that need that has not been met. Is there then does that mean that there's something deeper? Or what happens?
Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see, if this is what somebody felt like, it's satisfying me. And that's what your body and your mind has registered. You might struggle. Because if I was getting that satisfaction on my own.
On my own, yes.
Do I really need to go an extra mile in this relationship? Allow me to say this, Winnie, that in a married couple, there is always need for people to discuss their, you know, their sexuality.
Yes.
Talk about your sexual attitude, your attitude towards sex, you know, your feelings towards it, you know, how you would want somebody to express their love to you. And also, the person you're married to, they are not angels. Yeah. Not all of us are tickled by the same thing, isn't it?
That's true.
So what makes you tick in this, you know, when it comes especially to foreplay? Yes. And maybe that's where you are missing, so the couple is missing it. Yeah. Have you shared with your partner? Have you expressed to them that, for me, this would really work for me? Yeah. You know?
As compared to the general.
Exactly. I know it's like maybe generally for men, maybe you get touch of the breast and this. No. No. Maybe for me that doesn't work. True. And especially like after I've been breastfeeding, maybe you have gotten the first baby and you've been breastfeeding. The breast bit might not work. Exactly. So what else can work for you instead of staying there and becoming angry with your partner? Exactly. And they don't know.
And they don't know.
Kindly guide them. Talk and guide them. Yeah. Then there's also this bit of when most of the people will not talk about about their sexual satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Oh yeah. You know, it's like if I express myself, this partner might judge me.
Feel bad.
It's like, are you undermining, you know, my role in this? Exactly, my capability here. Or who else have shown you this? You know, that fear of being judged. Yeah. But what I would want to urge, especially for couples, be open with each other. Yeah. Because if you are not, one thing, I make fun, and I usually make fun of it. You ulifunga nini ya maisha, doa ya maisha, isn't it? Yeah. Till death do we part. Yes. So for how long will you walk with this unmet need and not talk about it? Yes. You'll be very frustrated in this relationship. You will start getting now the masturbation bit of it to satisfy yourself. Yet you have not talked about your need with your partner. Yeah. Don't try to hide this. Don't try to hide it. Why are you both there? Yeah. You are both there to work with each other. Yeah. To grow with each other and even to run with each other. Yes.
That's true. I like that. I like that because, like I said, there's some people who will be like, no, let's not talk about it. Okay, let's answer one more question here. This one says, #NewDay, does it still affect me if I do it moderately? I think I want to couple this with that aspect of there's some people who just, out of curiosity, probably try it on one time and they're like, nah, this is not for me, and then stop altogether. And there's some people, upon that single trial, they go on to all the way to addiction. And then there's some people who it's like, moderately, maybe like once in a while, maybe when there's that urge, maybe when they're stressed and they want to really, you know, themselves and all those things. So this aspect of moderately, first of all, what is moderately in this sense?
I'm wondering, Winnie, what is moderately? Because it's relative.
True.
You know, allow me to say this because whatever will be informing me, whether it is really stress, which other ways can I relieve my stress? There are various ways, isn't it? So what makes me think that the only way to relieve stress
Yes. Is
is through masturbation.
You could exercise.
Exactly. You could
yes.
exercise. You can even go chat with a friend. You know, behavioral disorders start from that point of starting it.
Yeah.
For example, even masturbation, whether it's a drug or whatever behavior it is, it starts by that. You know, like they're not just ile ya kujaribu, you know, ama ku-adventure.
Yes.
And with that adventure, the feeling you get, if it is something which really makes you feel excited, believe you me, Winnie, that person you get hooked there.
Yeah, they're saying moderately like once in a week.
Moderately like once in a week.
Yes.
Whether it's once in a week or once in a month doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. But around what I was saying, whether it is you know, what keeps us doing something over and over again is because it's meeting a need.
Yes.
And that's why even for that person who is addicted to drugs or to food or to whatever it is meeting a need, a specific need in them. So that start, what happens? The body registers an excitement. The brain registers an excitement, which I would want to experience again.
Yep.
So what happens? I will try it again. And when I try it again, I realize I have to increase maybe the frequency for me to get the excitement, the high. Yes, if we may use the high, to get that very great arousal I'm looking for. So over time, it will increase now even in frequency.
Yeah, from just once a week to like twice in a week.
Yeah, because what really makes me feel like this is the only thing I need for me to feel the high I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So over and over time, I will find myself now, it doesn't just become the moderate thing. It's now like a compassion, an obsession of, I have to do it now. And you get there are people who will be in the midst of others, they leave, go to the toilet, do whatever they are doing. And why? Because they are already obsessed or they are in that point of, it's so compulsive. I cannot stay without it now. So they go, do whatever they are doing, come back to them. To where they were or with the others. And especially if somebody has been progress from that, the initial point, to increasing and even staying long thinking about it. You know, I might not be doing it physically, but my mind is really, you know, full of those thoughts. The minute you realize your mind is, what is circulating in your mind is about those thoughts, that is trouble. You need to address yourself because that's what you drive you now to the action bit of it. Yes.
Not just that, it's just once in a while. No, once in a week.
For this person who is talking on moderatory, my question will be, what need are you meeting? Because if you identify that kind of satisfaction you are looking for, it will help you know how else you can do it rather than this unhealthy way. Allow me to use it to say the unhealthy
way. Okay, and I'll ask you about that because, again, during my research, there's some people who are saying it's harmless. You know, I think that is why some people choose to go that way as compared to this other way. Remember, we talked about an aspect of people who do not want to get pregnant or don't want to get STIs and STDs and all those things. They're like, because it's harmless. That is what they were saying anyway during the research. Okay, there's another question here. This one says, hey there, I'm Shuja from Juja. If I may ask, how long should masturbation take? Question one. And as from how old? What age did you start?
Okay. How long should it, in the first place, are you supposed to be doing it? That's the question. Are you supposed to be doing it? So for me, I don't
do it.
Exactly. The issue here, you are not supposed to be doing it. So let's not even address how long you should take. And
or at what age should you start?
No.
Okay. All right. And then someone else says, hello, ladies. I really love your show. Sasa mimi niko 20 years. I'm still a virgin. Na niko na friends sometimes. Naongeanga about their men and how sex is sweet. Na mimi, I hate men with passion. Sasa the only thing I can do is masturbate and to also feel the sweetness. Nilikuwa na watch porn, but niliacha, najaribu ku avoid things zitafanya ni masturbate because I've realized it's not good at all, although ni hard kuacha. I'm loving the show. Okay. few things here. One, hates men with passion. And the only thing she can do to relieve herself, find the high, is to masturbate. And she's trying to stop, but yeah.
She's struggling.
Yes.
Okay, my response to her will be, there is need for her first to allow herself to, to do an introspection of
Why do you hate men?
Exactly, why she hates men. What happened that made her hate men? Could it be that is what is driving her away from even having a healthy relationship?
Yeah.
At 20, even if you have a friend, doesn't mean that you should be sexually active.
Yes.
No, so saying that masturbation is what she's using because she hates men, it doesn't justify the act itself. But I think for me, the concern here is first that bit of what happened that there is hatred for men. Address this. You can look for help from a counselor or a mentor who you trust. And then I believe somebody will be helped to address those personal issues. Then on not able to stop masturbation, there's something she has said that
she
wants to satisfy her that feeling. So already she knows what she's looking for.
Yes.
So how else can she do it? Because at her age, even not being married, she should not be even be having sex, isn't it? If her own masturbation itself, even sex. So how else at your age would you keep yourself not harming your body? Allow me to use it, not harming your body, because when somebody is having sex at a very early age, they are also hurting themselves. And something which might affect their relationships, and also the effect of their self-image, and their self-worth. So it is also good to know whatever you are doing, it might not look like it's less harmful, but it's also having an impact on your self-image and your self-worth. Because when I have that self-esteem, high self-esteem about me, there are things I'll be able to resolve within me.
Within me.
The sexual drives are there. Even as we are growing up, at being an adolescent, the sexual urges were there.
They're there, yes.
And they'll still be there. Allow me to say that they'll still be there. But what will keep you from either becoming sexually active or not masturbating is mastering the act of self-discipline. It's not about somebody seeing me. It's not about who will know. It's about being true to myself.
To yourself,
being true to myself. Also being true to my maker. Because he created me the way I am for a reason or for a purpose.
For a purpose, And then I like the fact that she somewhat knows what drives her, towards the same, because she said, nilikuwa na watch porn, okay? And then, but niliacha. I'm trying to avoid these things, zenye zitafanya ni masturbate, which I think is like a good thing.
It's a good start.
It's a good start, But now that aspect of why you hate the men, I think needs to be addressed.
Because it might also hinder her from engaging into healthy relationship. Yes. And now get a stopgap measure by meeting her need through masturbation. So it's good to address that. Could be the could be the core.
Could be the core.
And maybe addressing that might help her now chart a path of getting into a healthy relationship. But the bit of the self-discipline for all of us is a must-do thing.
It's hard.
It's hard, but
you have to.
Exactly.
You have to.
You also have to keep your value system light, because there are those girls who come. I've seen Winnie, even girls getting married at the age of 30, and they're still pure, they're still virgins. But what made somebody start the force of their peer is because I chose this direction. I chose my path.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Self-discipline. difficult, but we have to. We have to do it. Okay, and then someone else says, hi, everyone, love the show. Thank you very much. Another one says, hi, for additional, is some do it because of rejection. Like you try to vibe with a girl, but in the end, it's just a falling approach. And then someone else says, the interview is very interesting. I love it so much. Thank you very much. Keep asking your questions, and we're here to answer all your questions. Of course, Catherine giving us very, very valid and insightful insights, really, as far as this whole aspect is concerned. That aspect of rejection, you know, you're trying to vibe a girl. Unatupa mistari, but doesn't work.
Let me tell you honestly,
Yeah.
that is just a justification.
It's a justification. It's an excuse.
It's an excuse, but it's not valid.
Yeah.
Because who tells you that you'll not be rejected even after you get this
Oh,
girl?
your rejection is like part of life.
Exactly.
Let's just say that.
And
Yeah.
you know, the minute you are at peace with you, you know, when you're at peace with yourself, even if somebody rejects you, you still have that strength of who you are.
Yes.
Isn't it? And that's why you get, there are those who come out strong even among their peers, and they say, I will not do this.
Yes.
Why? Because I value me as I am.
Yes.
Yeah, so let's let this young man stops using this excuse of being rejected.
Yeah.
Rejection is part of life. Yes. And
it makes you stronger.
Exactly.
Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Yeah.
Because there are some things which somebody might be doing that with an intention to destroy you.
Yeah.
But incidentally, they bring out the good and the strength in you.
Yeah.
So that is it. Let's look at even what happens and we think it's bad. Let's allow ourselves to have that angle of what is the good coming out of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, that aspect of it being harmful or it being harmless, okay? Because like I said, during my research, again, some people were saying it's harmless. Others were saying it's harmful to both your, again, psychological, you know, like your mental states, your physical state as well. So I don't know.
Okay. Really, honestly,
Yeah.
it might look like it's harmless.
Yeah.
But in the real sense, it's harmful.
Yeah.
Because when it hooks one now to become an addict, working it out
becomes a problem.
it will be trouble.
Yes.
Okay, mostly, I remember one time handling somebody who had a challenge with sexual addiction. And it's true they needed to be somewhere where they can be helped. And the question was, where do you take this person who has sexual addiction?
Addiction, yeah.
Okay, it's the way it hooks the mind is the same way drugs will.
Ah, yeah, yes.
But you see now, the struggle was, you cannot put this person in a rehab because the friends know this person don't use any form of drug.
Yes.
So what will you tell them?
Like, why are
the question
there?
was, what are my friends and my parents?
Yeah.
If they know about this, going to say about me. And it was a real struggle for this young man.
Yeah.
We did several sessions as outpatients, which were really back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. And at one point, we had to organize for him to be helped somewhere else. Yes.
Okay.
But it was quite traumatizing because initially somebody who was very senior. Yeah, senior in a lecturer.
Wow.
But you see, they got hooked there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got hooked there.
Okay.
So the other thing is about it. The other harm would be not being able to form healthy relationships.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So you want to go closer to somebody, but there is that fear. It's like kukona kashetani hapo nyuma, kubuka.
Yes.
No. And it's
so you
like,
feel guilty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There is the guilt bit of it. There is also that uncertainty of what if they will know at one point what will happen.
Yeah.
Are they going to expose me?
Or not, or judge me.
Or judge
look
me,
at me differently. Yes.
And mostly what keeps most of these people away is that they fear being judged. Also, our society is not kind.
No.
And nobody will look at it as if, you are struggling.
No.
It's like, si ni shida ya kujitafutia.
Yeah.
How on earth did you start it even from the word go? But for those who are struggling, my encouragement to them would be, there is a possibility for one to be helped. But the issue is first, accept I have a problem.
A problem, yes.
And whether you started it or yourself, know that it has run out of hand and you need professional help.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
The other bit of the harm in it, you might realize now this person might now deviate completely from maybe what we might call like the normal relationships to go to other kind of relationships. Because either you meet like, they are men or they are women. They can, nowadays we are seeing some of them joining into the gay relationships. And maybe what has kept them there is they are not able to come out of their struggle. So it's like we can assist each other with this. We have something common. And they even bring up the argument of we are abnormal, as we are normal this way. But allow me to say this. I don't know whether it will be too hard for people. Don't allow the devil to lie to you. Because this can keep you there so that you don't unleash your whole potential to be who you God intended you to be. Yes.
Okay. All right. So we need to take a break. But a lot of questions. So I think we should be handling these questions after the short break. But of course, someone says, thank you for your advice. I think it's one of the questions that we've answered. So appreciate it to know that, of course, you have been answered to your satisfaction. But keep them coming. There's a lot here. But let's take that break. When we come back, also another question. Is masturbation considered cheating in a marriage setup? All right? We'll be answering that question as well after this short break. But again, keep them coming. I can see some of them right here on our WhatsApp. But also give us a call, 0791 478 990. We also want to hear from you. And especially if you were in that phase of addiction and then you were able to overcome it, please share with us so that we can help so many other people, especially those who are struggling with addiction as far as masturbation is concerned. So let's take that short break. We'll be right back with more right here on New Day on Feel Good Friday. Alrighty, welcome back. Glad you're still with us. If you're tuning in right now, well, the focus is on masturbation, a topic that we would rather not talk about, but we are here and we address all those topics, okay? So many questions that we have, and I can see our time is so much first spent. So yeah, we're gonna answer all those questions. Okay, so this one says, I am Mr. E. I usually masturbate once in a while, and before sex, it helps me last long in bed. All right. Ask the expert to answer me because I last a few minutes without doing it, but when I do it, I last long and my partner is very happy. Okay, so ask the expert what is the alternative method I can use to last long. The partner is happy, the partner is not complaining.
Really,
any alternative?
I hear him. However, the issue here is when just before sex there is foreplay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they should concentrate on, because I imagine maybe there is that bit of sensitivity.
Exactly.
And somebody is like, there can be a premature ejaculation.
Yeah.
But when he does it, he's comfortable and he can. So with the wife or with the partner, they can have the foreplay. Then he's able to settle the sensitivity.
Yes.
And then he proceeds.
Yeah. And lasts longer, maybe.
I believe so.
Okay. All right. So yeah, there's that part. Because I think probably he's like, yeah, even if we start with the foreplay and there's that aspect of premature ejaculation, and then the partner is like, oh, well.
It's done.
It's done. It's done.
And maybe he's fearing that the partner might judge him or feel like, what kind of a man is this?
Yeah.
But it's over time and you get comfortable with it. And whatever happens, which could have triggered the premature ejaculation, it will be most probably be dealt with with the foreplay. By the foreplay, and then from there he stabilizes.
Try that. Okay. All right. And then someone else says, hello there. Wow, I love your show, you guys. Thank you very much. Says, well, in my situation, I'm sexually active, but with one man whom I love so much. But then again, at any moment, we have great misunderstandings. My guy does masturbate. I'm planning to travel abroad and asked him how will he manage when I'm gone, and he said he would rather masturbate than cheat on me. How am I going to help him? Because I do not want him to become an addict in this, but at the same time, I wouldn't want him to cheat on me when I'm away. Thank you guys for the great advice, though. Two aspects here. You remember, like we said, some people think this is like a lesser evil as compared to either cheating and doing all those things. So there's a concern here. This one is traveling now.
What will happen?
Yes.
You know, when it comes to sexual issues, the sexual urges or the energies and where to put them, it's all in our mind. So one thing she has mentioned is that when they have a misunderstanding, the guy masturbates.
Yeah.
For me, I would want to understand the reason behind it. Is it to spite her or to, you know, it's like to show her, even if you don't allow me to have an intimate moment with you, this is what...
I can still satisfy myself.
Exactly. Okay. Is he sending a message? The cheating bit, it's all about us and our mind.
Yeah.
Because if my partner is away, I will not allow my mind to rotate around, you know, or fantasize about the sexual bit of it. Okay, the feelings or emotions will be there, but it's me who is in control to tell my mind and my body.
Yeah.
It's not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why has God given us a reasoning mind than that of an animal? You know, an animal, it's like, it's now, it's now. But for us, we are able to reason and to plan. So the same thing. If the partner is traveling this season, this is how things are.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, fine. You see, with this technology, so you can almost always talk to this person. I mean, there's video call, you can do all those things to somewhat feel closer to them as compared to back then where there was no communication. Yeah. So you can't really see them. So you can't really feel their absence as much because there are other ways that you can still stay in touch with them. You know,
I'm focusing there because it's like, I don't want to cheat on them. So this might be the only.
Yeah.
When your partner is away, there are many other things around you. And I imagine even heavier responsibilities, isn't it?
Yeah.
When will there be time to think about another person or even there?
And even doing it and bringing them on board. So
it's all about one's mind and our value system.
Yeah.
Our value system.
Yeah.
What informs my values.
It all starts from the mind. Okay. Someone else says, just hear me out. Take, for instance, intimacy in marriage. That is a good thing. True? Question mark. True. But you used to say it becomes bad when shared with a third party. So from the biblical basics, God said he judges not by the look or the way we humans judge. He also says he judges and weighs the intentions of the heart. So why should we make an action to be right or wrong without considering the intentions? I tend to presume masturbating becomes wrong when it's either done in excessive stroke obsessively and or when coupled with something like porn. I'm open to clarification though. Good day. What say you? Intention, excessive, obsessive?
Let's not try to hide under that part. God judges the motives of the intents of the heart.
Yes.
Because the question here would be, first and foremost, what drove you there?
Yeah.
You know? And maybe you're in a relationship already. So if you have a partner, those are some of the things to share with them, isn't it?
Yeah.
So whether it's moderate or, you know, or little or whatever it is, when it is masturbation, is it also light in the eyes of God? Why did he create this, our biological makeup? And very clearly state is about one man, one wife. It's because he wanted it to be honored.
Yeah.
You know? So let's not justify by saying, no, we are judging. It's like we are judging.
No.
We are not judging.
Yeah.
Even in the eyes of God. What made him not allow it? Because he knows it is, or what he created the both sexes for, is for to meet their each other's needs, and also the procreation bit of it. But incidentally for masturbation, I always ask, for what need?
Yes.
It's about the pleasure, you know, the sexual pleasure, which is now about the mind itself.
Yeah.
It's not even about the feeling.
The feeling, yes.
It's
about
the mind itself. Yeah.
Like, I mean, everything basically starts from the mind. So, okay. Hi, someone else says, I have been following this show for long, but today I feel I should add something, Says, this issue of masturbation is more spiritual than we see. The demon responsible for this is called as Modi. Allah, and he knows the name. We invoke it and it needs to be fed. Okay. And then someone else says, oh no, it's the same person, continues to say the same. So then fine. I mean, there's so many justifications, reasons, and all those things. But like we said, at the end of the day, it might seem harmless, but over time, of course, it will create chaos and problems and all those things. And there was this question earlier on about what if we do it together then? It's not like one is hiding. What if we do it together as a couple? Okay. Does it make it right now because we're not hiding?
Thank you, Winnie.
Yeah.
Allow me to say this.
Yes.
Whether we do it together or not, it will not change it to be a harmful habit.
Yes.
And to the couple, the question should be,
why?
Okay, what is driving us to masturbate in the presence of each other instead of meeting our sexual needs with each other?
Yeah.
I think that's a question this couple or whoever it is should exactly.
Okay. All right.
And maybe if it's about the foreplay or the power of touch, that which you are doing to yourself, would you allow your partner to be the one to help you there? And maybe it will now change from the masturbation bit of it to foreplay or even the whatever surrounds sex and intimacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Because there's some people who will be like, yeah, but we want to spice up our marriage. We're incorporating all those things.
There's one thing, Winnie, I would want to say.
Yeah.
We are trying to ape a lot of other cultures which are not right. And when somebody else is doing something, it won't change or it will not be right because it is somebody else, maybe somebody within their superior doing it. If it is wrong, it will remain wrong.
Yeah.
Like now, there's you've read about the one who was talking about the spiritual demon or something. One thing which we need to maybe to be very clear about, the minute you unite yourself with somebody, you are hooking your spirits together.
Yes, that's true.
So maybe if that bit now comes, could we also be struggling with the spirits we hooked ourselves with? And maybe for those kind of people, they have their spiritual leaders who they can go for guidance from and intervention.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then, so we have like 5 minutes to, not even 5, like right now it's like around 4 minutes to go to end the show. So 2 questions. One, is it considered cheating then? On a marriage setup, okay. And then number 2 is then, fine. So if someone probably is watching us, and so many questions that we've received today is more of, I am struggling with this, I'm trying to stop, what do I do? Is there hope? I mean, can they come out of it and just, forget it all together, given that this is a habit that has been growing for a very long time? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ini. Okay, for the one who is asking if this can be counted as considered cheating in a relationship, I believe it to be cheating.
Yes, I think so.
Reason being, you are meeting your sexual need differently from what is supposed to be the norm or with the partner. So definitely you are cheating on them. Yes. For the other, the others who are asking if there is hope, I want to say there is hope.
There's hope,
There is hope. The issue here is acceptance and look for a person who can walk you through the journey of recovery. Recovering from this maladaptive behavior, which needs to be, mostly we're using as behaviorist, somebody who is now counseling the idea of behaviorists or addictions, one can help this person start working towards detaching from the behavior and be prepared for the struggles. However, I want to assure them it is very possible.
It's possible,
allow me to say this. There are those who might also be there feeling like they are guilty and condemned and would even God want to see them. I like telling people, Christ died that we may have life and have it in abundance. So the only thing is to, I think the best even thing with God is that come to me just as you are.
As you are, yes.
And he cleanses us. He makes us new creatures. So all is not lost. There is hope. For those who are really struggling and they need interventions, the interventions can be offered. Look for a therapist or a mentor who can help you go through it. Go through that. For those who are guilt-ridden and shame, come to him who says, come just as you are.
As you are.
And I'll give you rest.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't focus more on the stigma and the shame around it, but focus more on then I want help.
Exactly.
I need help.
Yeah, I need help.
Because I think that for many people, the problem is taking that first step. Yes, I know this is a problem. I mean, remember that girl the 20-year-old who said, I know this is a problem. I know it is not good for me and for my health as well, but I just don't know how, what to do. What is the first step to take? Because you see, sometimes you get into like a therapy room, right? And then you ask yourself, by the way, why am I here? You know, like it's difficult.
It's like, and one thing I'll tell you, Winnie, you know, especially with such issues, somebody is very hesitant.
Yeah.
Can I trust? Can I trust?
Yes.
But as I work with you, okay, one thing we do in the counseling field, we assure our clients confidentiality.
Yeah.
And not just assuring, it should remain confidential.
Yes.
And confidential even when that client maybe is dead. That is not material to share.
Oh, yeah.
It is confidential to the end.
Yeah.
It's ethical.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So when somebody realizes they can trust, and also the way you respond to them, not even verbally, they look at your non-verbals and realize this person is not judging me. They start opening up. But the minute they realize, this is what you're telling, but your non-verbals are telling me something different.
Yes, yeah.
Chapter itafungika tu.
That's it. Yes, that's it. So find a reputable person who you can trust to share all the struggles, so that, I mean, at the end of the day, you find help. Because I think that is the most important thing. It doesn't matter what you've been doing all this while.
Exactly.
Finding help is the most important thing. Catherine, as always, thank you. Thank you very much for coming by. Very wise words today, you know, and very, if I can say, like, very, what is the word, like insightful tips, you know, as far as dealing and handling with all this. So thank you very much, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
And thank
Enjoy
you
the
very much.
same.
Thank you very much, Catherine. And thank you very much for staying with us until the end of the show. That is where we have to put a pause. But I will see you in the next few minutes for the day's news, and that is Ebro News 1 p.m. But until then, I believe that you have been answered to your satisfaction. I believe that you have hope that there is help out there. So if you have been struggling with the same, please find help, okay? Find someone that you can trust, whether it's like a religious leader, a counselor, whatever it is that you feel comfortable to share your issues with, please do, so that you find help as soon as you can. But from us right here on New Day for Good Friday, we say thank you very much, and we wish you a lovely day ahead. God bless and enjoy your weekend as well. Goodbye.